Good afternoon everyone, welcome to round number 7 of HTA Elite. We are getting ready for the Chinese Grand Prix short qualifying 50% race. It's looking to be a good one. Paco is not joining me today, but instead I've got a special guest, Sam Thompson, today.
Hello, and there's no real need to mention my surname, however, hello guys, and of course, as Daniel just said, welcome to Hit the Apex Racing Elite. This is the first time I've commentated for the league for obvious reasons, however, I am going to be commentating tonight because I've got some free time tonight. I'm just going to chill, and obviously Daniel looking for a commentator, he just asked anyone if they could commentate, and I was the first person that came to him. So it looks like a very interesting night tonight. I'm not sure on the standings because I've kind of come in here last minute. If you can give me an update, Daniel, that would be absolutely perfect.
Well, currently leading the standings, and I believe he's got 4 wins out of 6 races. It is Sparks leading the way in the championship, and I've got the official standings now. On 88 points, leading the championship is CRG Sparks. Second place behind him on 76 points is Vasta Racer. Then Kilcree is in third position, and Gamers now beginning to pick up momentum in fourth position with 39 points, and Frederick 5 points back from him in fifth position. So looking to be tight knit up the top. Vasta can still take the lead of the championship, although he's only won one race this season.
Looks very close between these two. Obviously, Vasta Racer and Sparks, two of the fastest people in the league, and obviously two of the fastest people on the game, both obviously in AOR F1, obviously the biggest league on all platforms, and these two have probably been rivals also all season there as well. But we will find out tonight who's got the best at China, which should be a very good result for both of these two guys, and a lot of these guys will probably be familiar with this track after having a lot of practice this week, but we will find out to see who is going to make that practice turn into a victory or podiums tonight. Could also be a thing to play. Obviously, Gamer with 39 points is a good battle for third place. Also, let's not forget between around, what is it, like 5 drivers, 6 drivers there, and VRT Lonnie at the back of that pack, and at the front is M&T Kilcree. So that will be an interesting battle to see because these guys look very, very close. We also would like to see people like M&T Nathan in a battle just behind. A bit of a gap between Lonnie and M&T Lewis, the next driver, but then there is only 3 points separating him and pretty much the rest of the people down to around 15th place, which is very good to see. And look at that, Daniel, we have a bit of rain here today, so that's going to be even more tricky for the drivers as they have to navigate around a wet Chinese circuit, which is not always favourable for most people.
Absolutely intermediate conditions here today in Shanghai. CRG Gamer's been saying that this is his favourite track, and he in a battle for third position of the championship with Kilcree. You'd have to think that he's gonna perform well today, but can he do it in the rain as we await for the first of the drivers to come out of the pits and onto the track? And it looks like a McLaren. So is that Kilcree? I think it is. Kilcree's going to be the first driver out here today. He is one of the 3 drivers to take a win this season. He won it, I believe, in round number 5 of Australia. So he's got some good pace in that McLaren.
We'll have to wait and see what he does tonight. And once again, like I said, tricky track here at China. It's kind of going to be very difficult for most of the drivers. Some people have already stated their claim to say that this is a massive track which favours the controller side of the community. However, I believe the majority of people on this grid are on wheels, so they may suffer from the same scenario as each other, and also in the wet conditions, maybe that balances it out a little bit more, since you do have more control when you are on wheel, of course. That's the obvious advantage, I guess, you've got. But who knows here, as obviously Kilcree will be the first person to set laps in his McLaren. There is a racing point of VRT Forbes behind him, and then obviously one of the Renaults of either Vasta Racer or Marvin. That's a decent lineup there, those two. Interesting two drivers. MNT Marvin, I believe this is his first race under MNT here in HTA Elites. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he looks to have a decent debut here on a Saturday evening, where he'll be looking for a good result.
Hopefully he's looking to bring up the pace. He's not had the best of starts to the season from what I remember. Yeah, he's sitting only on 4 points. Of course, this point system is a little bit different, so that doesn't reflect his positions entirely. But his teammate is storming away in the championship in second position. As Gamer had a little spin out of the out of turn number 3, I believe. Hopefully that doesn't entail anything bad.
Not what he wants to hear, Gamer there. Obviously, if he wants to go for that third place, he doesn't want to be in that scenario where he's spinning. However, we've got some predictions. We had some early predictions about this, and I think it kind of coincides with the fact that he is on the controller, and obviously, like I said, a lot of drivers say that this is a massive controller track, a pad track, hence why you see the likes of S2V Louis winning here quite frequently, and he's quite far ahead of the pace of everyone else. But a lot of people are saying, well, we are saying that Forbes is in for a good day today, so watch out for him. He looks to have a good run of form recently as well, possibly coming along, and especially at a track like this, surely he's got a good chance to score some big points. Keyski is also a very quick driver on the track, and he'll be very interesting to watch out for. Also, obviously, Sparks championship leader is a one to watch, of course, as always, with of course Vasta Racer as well. Those two both will be going at it all night, all season long, and they'll keep going on it. Cohen we haven't seen much of. A bit underwhelming for Cohen, really, because he's not actually too bad, and he's quite promising. But the problem is he's just not really had the season he's wanted so far, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. We also see Ferran Racer, who I don't believe has been here yet. I think this is the first time I've really seen him. He'll be an interesting one to watch, but a lot of these drivers have got different sort of ways of looking at it, different drivers to watch, really, isn't there? As Kilcree sets the first time at 1 minute 44.7 there, Daniel, so a pretty good start of lap, and obviously would probably be on a banker. There we go, already that's beaten by like 6 tenths by VSR Vasta Racer, who, like I said, fighting for the championship. He'll be one to watch throughout tonight, as Lonnie moves up to second place after a 44.5. Oh, Ferran Racer came very close. Anyway, I'm losing my mind. I need to let you speak.
Well, as the first laps come to an end, it looks like Vasta Racer is in control of this session so far. As I say that, Sparks beats his lap by just about a tenth. Ferran Racer taking up third. He's also had a pretty slow start to the season, sitting on only 2 points in that McLaren. So it looks like teams are struggling to keep two drivers consistently up in the points. You can see Renault's not doing too well in terms of both their drivers. The only team that I can think has two consistent drivers up the top would be Williams, Sparks and Gamer, the latter of whom I think is going to take pole position, but he has invalidated his first lap, which was a 144.8. That would have seen him, I think, in 8th position behind Rakim Maslina, who actually has had a pretty good start as well. So Toro Rosso having a good season. One driver who I'm interested to see today, Sam, is VRT Nick, because I believe this is his HTA debut, so I'm hoping to see if he can keep up with the top guys. Do you know anything about Nick?
I don't know much about him. I believe he's now started to get back into league racing, because he was not really in many leagues beforehand, but I think he's now starting to get back into it, and I think he's now just trying to get on to no assist, no line completely, and start to get into that zone where he's starting to get, obviously, no line and completely professional and out there. But he has invalidated this lap, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, as he does come around the final corner. I think this is to start a new lap here, so keep an eye on him.
Oh, wow.
Forbes is on an out lap right now. Anybody on a lap that probably needs to get a lap, it would be CRG Gamer right now, who is on a lap. Marvin's invalidated either twice, or he's fluffed up his lap and has decided to back out of it twice. But CRG Gamer coming around the final few corners now. His teammate on pole at the moment, 43.8 there actually. That's a very good time from CRG Sparks. And now around the final corner comes Gamer. It's not a very good lap and not a very good exit really. He really used as much of the chapter as he needed, and once again I think Gamer's invalidated there, Daniel. So Gamer in a little bit of a hurry at the moment. He'll have to be soon because it's not looking good.
Still has 10 minutes to go left in this session to put in a lap, so he has ample amounts of time. He looks to be pushing on a lap right now, using up as much ERS as he can in hot lap mode. He actually drops that down into now high, and he hasn't gone purple. He's set at 27.1. I think we should just follow him throughout this lap as he comes out of turn number 4 and onto this fast left-hander, but of course you're going to have to lift off in the wet conditions. So difficult to keep grip in these cars that are ever slidey, especially with the no traction assist. This is a no assist league, as Vasta Racer goes quicker by just a little over a tenth on Sparks. He's set a 1 minute 43.7. Those two championship rivals are the only ones who have gone into the 43s at the moment, but CRG Gamer has gone purple through the second sector. I don't know if that's the game glitching or if it's him on a cracking lap at the moment. He's still using up all the ERS he can. He looks to be a little bit too far back from the Red Bull to pick up a slipstream. I don't know if that is Danny or if it's Nick, but now into the hairpin, a tough corner to get right. You can run really deep or lock up heavily. Is now on to the final corner. He comes braking maybe around about just under the signage. This should be a decent lap from him. Could see him maybe troubling the top 5. Where's he going to go? He's going to go 4th place.
Watch out for Forbes. Forbes coming around the final corner. Not yet set a lap. Excuse me, there's a jumble up my words, and he's about to 5th place. Just misses out on the 1 minute 43s there. So good start from Forbes there, and he has got 8 minutes left to probably set another lap or 2 there. So not too bad at all from the Racing Point driver. The only one here tonight. I don't know where the other one is. Who's coming towards the end of their lap? It would be MNT Louis, who's yet to set a time. He needs to set one soon. Okay exit. Bit slidey though. As he comes into the final corner. Goes very wide there. What time is it going to be though? It's a 1 minute 45.070. Not really the best time of MNT Louis there, as he sits himself in 15th, only ahead of Cohen, who is in 16th, and will feel a bit under pressure now as he is the slowest not to set a lap. Obviously Marvin not setting a lap just yet.
Marvin is the only driver to not set a lap. Is he on a lap? He's on an out lap at the moment. He's just coming through the second sector at the moment, so he's not got too much time left. He might only get this lap in because you have to account for him getting back to the pits and then going out again. So, and with this rain, he's going to be a little bit slower. So,
yeah, I just want to mention, watch out for Forbes. Forbes has just come around the back straight. He was 2 tenths up. However, look at his ERS. It's almost completely gone. So right now for Forbes, it looks like he's probably gonna get a better result here. However, he may have lost a bit of time on that back straight because he wasn't able to use it. 3 tenths up, and that is the fastest lap. VRT Forbes moving up to pole position, beating out Vasta Racer, and also Sparks here, who is on an out lap and is going to go on to his lap very, very soon. But we're going to move to either Frederick or Cohen, who's further down the track. Cohen has invalidated, or he spun. It looks more like he spun actually, really. So we will go with Frederick, who is midway through the corner. Anybody else you want to take a look at or have any curiosity over?
Well, I just wanted to say that Forbes is showing that the pace that he's not really had so far this season. He's been pretty low down in the points. He's had bad races as well, as actually Lonnie was about to come around to finish a lap, but he actually cut back And I think this is is it Nathan starting a lap? So who is next to cross the line in the third sector? It looks like a Haas car. I think that's Cohen who's invalidated on. Oh no, he's very slow on this lap.
He spun, I think, so that's hence why I went off him.
It looks like we'll follow along with Danny at the moment. Cohen getting out of his way, does not want to give him the advantage. Danny's currently in 10th position, using up all the ERS he can. He still has plenty of it left.
I was just going on board with Frederick there, and he was sliding around the corner, and I don't think he's made it. Anyway, let's just finish off with Danny though. How's looking? For a good lad, he's staying out, so Danny. 4 lap hold into, so it is raining in the next race, and oh my word, that is a cracking lap. Didn't even realise he was going to set it on for pole in the 43.559 there. Blows everyone completely out of the way, but let's look at what Sparks is doing right now, as he's now coming down to the last 2 corners here, and coming down to the massive hairpin. Let's see what Sparks can do. Is he going to improve his time, and will he get pole here tonight? Is a big question, with Danny setting an absolute class time there with a 43.5. He should be beatable in some sense.
The fact that Danny is on 5 lap hold tyres, could that be a sign of conditions improving, as now Sparks goes quicker than him, but not by much, only 4 100s? Could
I was wondering.
You can actually see on board with Sparks right now, you can see the dry line forming where you're going to get more grip than any other place on the track. As I think, is it Marvin? No, it's Vasta who's coming into the pit lane. So it looks like
Vasta Race is going to hold off to the end now. It's better who comes out latest really now, because it looks like the weather's calmed down. The track's dried up a lot more now. You can definitely see, where the line of the cars are. So I'm just on board with Nick. I'm trying to track whether he's been up or down so far through his lap. I didn't quite catch his sector 1. I will catch his sector 2 though, and I will let you know. Is there anyone else on a lap right now? I believe Kieski's on a lap, so keep up to date with him. There's also another Alpha out, I think that's Lonnie. But Nick coming through sector 2, is he up or down? Not the best sequence of corners just there. He's down by 3/10 there, Nick. So Nick probably just having a bad run at this current point.
Kilcree.
Where is...
Currently in the 3rd sector. Apologies for interrupting you there, but Kilcree's about to finish a lap. It's coming into the final corner, and oh come on, interrupted you for nothing. It's
He's up by 1/10 at the moment, although it doesn't really mean much. Just see what he's up. Oh, he's down again. So I'm just wondering if the track has started to get a little more damp again. So I wonder if there's a little bit of inconsistency there, as Lonnie is now going to start a lap, so we're going to be very interested to see how he does. People like Vasta Racer still in the pits. He's just actually come out, Vasta Racer has. So it's going to be interesting now, the people at the end there, because although it looks like it's drying up, but looking at Kieski through sector 2, he was down and he lost quite a lot of time. I don't know if that was whether down to his pure mistake, or whether the weather hasn't really dried up, or it's reached its peak dryness and it's now starting to be a little bit more damp. We'll find out here, as Kieski goes 7/10 clear actually. So it seems to be in sector 3 where he's made up the most time. He must have had a bang in sector 2 then, it must look like, but he moves himself up to 5th place then with 7/10 up on his time.
That's very strong from Kieski there. He's shown that he's quick in qualifying, as Danny's going off the track, almost getting in the way of MNT Nathan right now, as I think Saab is about to start a lap. I think MNT Louis is finishing a lap, but he's not pushing, so is he giving... It's hard to keep track of what laps everyone's on. We'll follow along with Lonnie. Oh, he's not pushing. Alright, we'll watch
Gamer. He's on a lap right now. He's just gone a little bit up on sector 1. I'm very interested to see what the sector 2 time is, because the sector 2 split, as we saw with Kieski, didn't matter at all really, because he must have had a really good sector. He must have had either a really bad sector 3 or a really good sector 2, or perhaps both. But we'll find out what Gamer's time is. He's 5/10 up here, Daniel. This could be a very good lap, potentially here. We saw Kieski made a hell of a lot of time out of the final sector. Don't know if Gamer will do the same because, like I said, it must have just been a bad set to 3. But we'll find out with Gamer because Gamer is probably a good person to see to tell us if it is or not. Forbes is on the lap as well, so keep an eye on him. Vastarace is on the lap as well. A lot of the faster guys are on a lap. Only Danny and Sparks are on an out lap right now, and obviously let's not put out Kilcree here or anyone else towards the back, especially Kilcree, who's third place in the championship. And as you said, is one of the 3 people to win a race here this season. However, Gamer crosses the line with a 1 minute 43.5, as he did lose a little bit of time for that third sector, and slots it behind his teammate CRG Sparks there, who is on a lap coming through the final corner. It would be Caden, VRT Forbes, coming across the line now. He was a tiny bit up through sector 2, and he's still a tiny bit up, but not enough to urge any sort of attack on the top 2 there or overtake them in any way. Vastarace is up a little bit now as he comes through now to finish the second sector split.
Oh, he's invalidated it.
Has he? Oh yeah, you're right. I think he has as well. Look at the ERS there. He moved it quite far down. Find out.
M&T Louis on the lap at the moment, as we are now reaching the cut-off point, so no one can start another lap. So I think we should just follow everyone as they finish laps. M&T Louis goes at 10th position, and Frederick takes only 8th. I believe Vasta's next across the line, but of course it shows on my track map that he has invalidated it because it's outlined red.
On my one it doesn't. Just see what lap time he puts in though. I want to see if he does beat his lap time. He could do here. It's a 1 minute 43.2. Oh my word, that would have been a smashing lap for pole position there. And Ferran Racer goes current pole there. Sparks is up by a small amount. Let's watch him through the second sector now. Kilcree would be a big shock here, being down in 16th. Obviously, one of the quicker guys at the moment this season. CRG Sparks 2 temps up now, so looking positive. Needs a good sector 3 though to finish it off.
Kiski's just crossed the line, going 5th position, as I think that was I think it was Nathan going 10th position, Marvin in a strong 6th position. Let's have a look.
Comes across the line, it is a 44.2, moves him up to 14th place. That's what he wanted, really, to be off the bottom there. Kilcree at the bottom currently. CSG Sparks now coming across the line any second now as he comes through the final corner. Just pretty alright through there. There's a car in the wall, that's VRT Nick, and Sparks retakes pole position with a 43.3, and Kilcree moves up to 6th place. And that is qualifying over, but Ferran Racer up in 2nd place, splitting the 2 Williams drivers there of Gamer and Sparks. But once again, Sparks sets a pole position lap time and take pole position here in round 7, I believe this is, of HTA Elites.
Well, I'm really impressed with the work of Ferran Racer, getting within a 10th of the championship leader, but we're going to have a full rundown of the grid. So CRG Sparks with a 1:43.3 takes pole position, Ferran Racer in 2nd place, then it is CRG Gamer in 3rd, 4th goes to Danny, and 5th taken up by Kiski, then Kilcree going from last position to 6th, and Marvin with an impressive 7th position. He's going to be happy to be in the top 10. Forbes is in 8th, and Vasta all the way down in 9th. Frederick rounding out the top 10, and I don't know if we've got enough time to go through the rest of the grid, so I'll do that whilst we watch them on the formation lap. So Sam, me and Paco, every week we always predict our podium drivers, so I'm going to ask you, who do you think is going to finish on the podium today?
Well, 1st place, because he's won 4 races this season, so he's got to win. He's probably going to win his 5th one, you know, because all I know about Sparks is he's a guy who likes to keep going quicker, keep moving forward, keep going forward, and keep being better. And obviously, consistency is probably a part of that better. And obviously, without Vastaracer anywhere near him, I'm assuming that Sparks could get away here tonight, and obviously Kilcree nowhere near him either. However, we have seen from Ferran Racer that he actually is quite quick here, and could cause Sparks some trouble. However, I want to see what CRG Gamer can do as well. Here, is he going to play the team game, or is he going to try and get that win for the Williams instead of his teammate? That could be interesting. However, I think the person who's finished first will probably have to be CRG Sparks. Absolute class performance in qualifying, and in the race, if he just gets it right, he's going to win this. Second, I'm probably going to go for Gamer, because I think Gamer probably deserves the second place. I think it's going to be a 1-2 for the Williams, and he's a very good driver in his own right in the race, and obviously the wet conditions shows unpredictability. Ferran Racer could be completely off the race, off the pace here tonight, which is probably down to why he's low in the championship, but who knows. At third place, I'm actually going to go for Faster Racer. I think he will come through the field, because obviously he's in a championship fight, and the lower down he finishes, it's going to mean that Sparks is going to get further away in the championship, which I'm sure Faster Racer will want to keep that close gap to keep going at him week on week on week. But that is my top 3 for tonight.
So Sam's predicting a 1-2 for Williams, where they're starting 1 and 3 on the grid. So they've got a good chance of it, but personally I'm going to say Gamer's going to take the win of this Grand Prix. Second place, let's go for Sparks. I'd say I'm going to flip them around. And then third position, you know what, he really needs a good result. He's got the pace to have one. I'm going to say Forbes is in third position today. I predicted he'd get a podium last race in USA. I was horribly wrong, but I've got faith in him today, and he starts in 8th position. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the rest of the grid that I didn't speak about earlier. It's going to be MNT Nathan in 11th position. Then it is Saab in 12th. Nick on his HCA Elites debut is going to start 13th, and then MNT Louis starts 14th, 15th for VRT Lonnie, but you know, he can always come through the field. He's shown us before. And starting on the back row of the grid is going to be LR Cohen and Rakin Maslina. We await for them to come around the last couple of corners. Sparks controlling the pace. Looks like no one has been disqualified on this lap. As now to round the final corner, the AI should take control soon to line them up in their grid positions.
Just looking at the tyres as well. Interesting, it's very split there. Ferran Racer is going to be an interesting one to watch. Also Danny, I didn't notice this. Look how split the tyre compounds are. Sparks, Gamer, Kieski, Forbes, Frederick, Louis, Cohen and Maslina. Apologies if I said that terribly wrong. Have all opted to start on the hard, and the two championship rivals, Sparks and Faster Racer, on different strategies here. So that's gonna be interesting, as we have got 5 red lights, and we get underway then. So who gets the best start out of it? I think it's the Red Bull of Danny, who gets an absolute class start. He could be up to second here as he comes down the inside of Ferran Racer. Ferran Racer does defend well around the outside. Pretty aggressive, and he comes through the inside, and actually Danny might take the lead here. Hold on a minute, so he goes side by side with Sparks. Sparks did have the inside line, but Danny looking close, but it's a good battle for the top spot here as Danny is close to Sparks. Sparks is going to defend the inside line well, but Danny's going to come around the outside again, and it's crucial for these two, isn't it, Daniel?
It is completely crucial, as now Danny's going to go down the inside into the fast left-hander. They're going hammer and tong on the first lap. It's a long race. They don't want to have any damage, but it looks like everyone has kept it clean, as now Danny is going to take the lead, and I think Marvin has been spun around. And yes, that is the Renault in the gravel, and he's out of contention for any solid points for now.
Forbes in the background there. Looking for a dive bomb move on Kilcree there. Kilcree, I think, keeps his position up in 5th, but Forbes got a good start to this race from 8th to 6th already, and he's on the hard tyres as well, so he will be going longer than certain people ahead. Look at FTRL Danny leading the way. Sparks under pressure for Ferran Racer now, who's going to make the move on him, and it's now a 1-2 for medium tyres, and the hard tyre drivers seem to have not got the best start at the moment.
Well, it is to be expected, because, you know, in these early laps, the medium tyres are going to have the supreme grip, as I think Vasta's had an issue. Oh, Vasta's coming to the pit, so is that Renault's day down in the dumps? They're running 16th and 17th.
I think. I think he's got no wing.
He seems to have lost a bit of his front wing. Yeah, you can see the man at the front of the car changing it now. So, disaster for Vastor Racer there, it seems, as now he's been overtaken by his teammate and he's fitted hard tyres. And that's a shame for him, because now this is going to allow for Sparks in 3rd position to run away with the championship, it seems like. But even though Sparks has lost some positions off the start here, and he's down into 3rd, running with his teammate behind him.
Forbes up to 5th as well. I'm interested because you said stuff about Forbes here, and he looks very good. Oh, as I say that, it goes very wide there. But Forbes looking like on the pace right now, up to 5th place from 8th, especially on those hard tyres, passing and technically getting away from Kilcree a little bit as well. So Forbes with a very impressive start. There's a few position changes in the midfield there. If you've noticed, a lot of the hard drivers have dropped down compared to the medium drivers. Will Kieski get caught up by Sab, Nick, Nathan and Lonnie? We remain to see. Oh, but look at Ferren Racer getting close to Danny there as well, and Sparks is 3/10 back as well, so it's very close between the top 2 though, who are starting to get away slightly from Sparks. We see yellow flags in sector 1, that's a Toro Rosso.
That's Frederick,
who is spinning.
Unlucky for Frederick as well. He's in the fight for 3rd in the championship, and this is not going to help him one bit as his tyres slippery. He's going off the track there, and now he's down into 16th position. That's so unfortunate for him, as now there's a battle going on between Nick and Saab for 8th place. Nick's going to hold him around the outside, and he's going to have the inside line for this hairpin corner. Could Lonnie get involved? As now into the braking zone of turn number 4. I think Saab has been pushed out wide just a little bit. Lonnie trying to get involved. Lonnie can't get the move done, so it's going to be Nick from Saab from Lonnie in 8th, 9th and 10th position. Good bit of clean driving there.
Very close indeed. Look at this midfield pack, all coming down from Forbes, but no one's close enough to challenge Forbes at the moment. I wonder if Kilcree though may have a chance soon, because obviously DRS, and we'll also probably see a change to the lead as well if Ferran gets a good exit. But look at that, Danny getting away on the exit there. Danny is probably going to keep the lead now despite the really long straight here. It'll be interesting to see what Gamer can do, as he will back off a little bit. But look at Kilcree. Watch on Kilcree. Is he going to send it on Forbes, or is he going to be patient? Does he be patient? Yes, he does. That's a good play from him. But look at Lonnie down the inside of Saab, and this is going to be a good move here from the Alfa Romeo drivers. He squeezes him wide. But look at Saab and also Nathan as well. 2 Mercedes putting him under pressure. Oh, that's pretty dangerous to go for a move there, but Lonnie keeps his position around the outside, so we do have now a change for the lead now, Daniel, as Danny now moves down to 2nd from Ferran Racer.
Well, Ferran Racer has got a pretty good run through the first couple of corners. He's now going to pull away from Danny just a little bit, presumably. I didn't see the overtake happen, but I'd assume that it was from the DRS of the pit straight there, which allowed for Ferran Racer to catch up to the Red Bull and overtake him. Renault powered engine against Honda, and it looks like Renault has prevailed there.
Maslino, who's having a good battle with M&T Nathan now for 11th place, could be crucial for the one who's ahead here, as they will have DRS. I think Nathan will play the teammate game with Saab, which I'm pretty sure he's probably going to defend Maslina from getting by, but who knows. Drivers could be going all for glory here.
It's a long race, so you want to keep your car out of trouble, really. You know, we're not even a quarter of the way, not even a 10th of the way through. Well, I don't know, my maths isn't perfect, but
we are more than a 10th of the way through.
We look
laps is
to the straight.
Daniel, I'm pretty sure, so
we are
2.8 laps, so
yeah, okay, so my maths isn't very good. There's now Nathan locking up there. That could invite Maslina to the outside, but he's not gonna hold it through there. It's a very difficult place to overtake into the final corner. You'd be almost suicidal to try and make a move in there, but it looks like they've lost just a little bit of time, as now Forbes has been overtaken by Kilcree. No assistance of DRS for Forbes, but now he's gonna fight back against Kilcree for 5th position.
Kieski.
also getting involved there.
Almost smashed right into the back of Kilcree there. I just noticed went on board with him. Almost went right into the rear tyre of Kilcree. Needs to be careful as Master Racer setting the pace, obviously with clean air. You'll need to do that. I wonder if he could nurse those hearts to the end. That'd be an interesting thing to see.
Well, it would be a tough feat to manage because he's had them on since the very beginning of the race on lap number 1, where he came into the pits after getting some damage to his front wing, which has ultimately ruined his race. He needs a safety car to get back in this fight.
As Kilcree closer to Forbes, but Forbes is still sticking it away, and Forbes has got a really good exit compared to Kilcree here, and that has helped Forbes out an absolute ton, as Kilcree is not going to get back of him. However, Kieski for behind Kilcree is going to go side by side here. Medium tyre versus hard tyre, so this is going to be interesting into the corner because the exit is crucial at this corner. They both brake quite late. However, Kieski does have the inside line, and I think he's got the move done. Squeezing Kilcree to wide, and it looks like Kieski gets the move done perfectly there. And now up to 6th place is the hard driver. So the hards are not struggling to keep up with the medium tyre drivers. The medium tyre drivers, in fact, probably aren't now quicker than the hards because they look roughly the same pace. Because you've seen Sparks as well keeping up with Danny here, who's actually losing a bit of time to Ferran Racer, who is absolutely enjoying life right now at the front of the grid. So you see yellow flags in sector 1. That's
Marvin again.
I think.
Marvin's
spins around.
That's his second of the day. This time it happened at turn number 2. He's just not had the luck. He had a really strong qualifying, did Marvin, but now he's made his own mistakes, it seems. I don't know about lap number 1, but definitely there. He was in clean air, he was by himself, and that's just unfortunate for him. But you know what? His mistake, and he has to pay for it.
Gamer's close behind Sparks, who's close behind Danny, who's close behind Ferran Racer. In fact, Ferran Racer is now almost a second ahead, so scrap that one. Sparks has lost a bit of time to Danny as well. However, DRS will keep all of these intact of each other. In fact, it's not helpful for Forbes. Forbes will not be overtaken by anyone, but Forbes is losing a lot of time because not being able to keep in the DRS of Gamer, Sparks, Danny, and Ferran Racer, and obviously they're probably down to others really.
Kilcree seeming to struggle at the moment. He's been overtaken by Nick, who's had a decent enough charge throughout this race, and he's actually set the fastest purple final sector. He's gone purple through there, so supreme pace from him. Is now Kieski is going to go up the inside into turn number 1. Forbes could not defend like he did with I believe Kilcree just a couple of laps ago. Is now opening it up onto this short straight. Forbes is nowhere near close enough to Kieski. Great move from Kieski there, both of them on the hard tyres.
Nick as well, just behind. Nick's had a pretty interesting race, hasn't he? We look at the position changes here. Nick is actually the joint highest with Maslina, who's made up 6 positions so far, which is an incredible start for Nick, and he actually may make a 7th up here as Forbes is starting to really struggle in front of Nick. I've just noticed there he was a little bit, I wouldn't say distracted, but he was a little bit caught out there from Kieski, and Forbes will need a good exit here, otherwise Nick has got a really good opportunity. However, Forbes will continue with his opportunity as he hunts down Kieski, but will he get him here? It's a real question to take back his 5th place he ever so wants right now. Forbes comes in, he brakes much later than Kieski, but not enough to send it, and there was obviously no reason. Raikkonen getting past, Rakim gets past Lonnie. That name is going to honestly be the end of me soon.
That's why I call him Maslina.
I don't know. It's Massina, isn't it? I've just noticed that. There's no L in his name, is there?
Oh yeah!
It's
oh my
Massina.
word!
2 eyes there. Just noticed that. Anyway.
Well, we have to move past that. just pretend it never happened, as this tight-knit midfield pack sees no sign of significant pace from another driver within it. This is a big train of cars stemming from 5th position of Kiski to Lonnie in 12th, and it looks like this is an Alfa Romeo sandwich with a Mercedes vegetable and then some seasoning of a Racing Point, a Red Bull and a McLaren. It looks like a very tasty snack. I'd watch this battle all day as the time.
Also some blue cheese in Messina. I have no clue, but anyway, we're not gonna keep referring to this as a sandwich with lots of different, I guess, items in it. Anyway, Sam behind. Oh my word, that is a huge knockout for Kilcree there, who may actually lose position now to Saab, and the two Mercedes are going to be split up here. And Kilcree, never mind, as he does keep the inside line and keeps 8th place. Look at Saab right behind him here. And Saab is going to keep pushing. Oh my word, a little bit of lag there. And that keeps Kilcree in the lead. Oh, and they've touched. And here goes Saab. Is he going to keep it? Oh, is he going to hit? The Toro also keeps it there. And look at Lonnie getting very distracted there as he goes very wide into that corner. That was a big distraction from him there, really.
Yeah, that's a shame from Saab. It was a really nice battle that was shaping up, but now from that 8th position they seem to have lost time to Forbes and Nick, who can maybe try to run away with this at least. But that really long battle seems to have come to an end at the moment, as now Saab down into 11th position. It really put Lonnie out of shape, didn't it? Lonnie was running.
It really did. Yeah, he is coming back though, as you saw there. However, Messina in 10th place. I had to keep getting that right. Nathan in 9th. There's a bit of a train between Nathan Kilcree and Messina and Saab and Lonnie still. And like you said, Nick and Forbes have got away here, but Forbes is closing in on Kiski, just not able to make any moves at the moment. So Forbes will have to stick behind, and actually I think he's made a little bit of contact there with Kiski, but no wing damage, I believe.
If that was simulation damage, his end plate would have come off there. But we do run. Oh my gosh! I thought a car just went straight on, but I think
Danny,
it was.
Danny almost loses the car there. I think that was because Ferrari Racer gave him a little bit of a tap at the front. Apologies for going in there. And Marvin Frederick, I don't know what's going on. I think Kilcree and Saab came into the pits and it put me right off there. Marvin's actually retired from the session, so not very good indeed, as we see our first retirement of the race.
We seem to have ignored this battle for the lead right now. They're still all tight knit at the top, separated by just a little bit over a second right here, as Marvin's car comes out on track, which is really not what it should do. But oh well, we'll move past that, as I don't see any significant battles on track at least. We can follow Forbes here.
Once again, these two going at it. Forbes just not able to get the move done. However, getting a good exit here is crucial for him, and he could actually go for it here. He does get that. However, is Kiski too far away again? 4 attempts. It's quite a difficult one for Forbes. He will be going for it here. Doesn't seem to be absolutely running for it. However, look at this. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to stick behind Kiski and go again on the next corner. Needs a good exit here, though, for that to really happen. Doesn't really get it as he moves 3 attempts behind Kiski here. Good exit here will be good as well, as he opens wide the DRS, but once again, Kiski getting the better exit. So Forbes is going to hang behind for another lap.
Forbes using, if we actually have a look at their ERS, Kiski's used up a lot more than Forbes has. You can see Forbes has 73% of his ERS left, but Kiski left on 33. So as pit stops begin to come out, the medium runners are beginning to take off their yellow wall tyres and replace them with the white wall tyres, as the hard runners will continue in this race. That means Danny and Farhan Racer, the two leaders in this Grand Prix, pressured by the Williams throughout its entirety, are going to have to pit soon. Their tyres cannot last too long. As we'll have a look at Forbes and Kiski once again, as this is seeming to be a ripple effect. History is repeating itself. Can Forbes get the better exit out of the two? It looks like he's closer this time by. So hopefully, it looks like the exits were actually equal here. Now, with the assistance of DRS opening now and Slipstream, he surely has to send it up the inside here. Is now pulling to the right hand side. He's going to have the inside line, and before they even turn into the corner, Forbes makes his way up into 5th position. And that is a move he's been sizing up for a number of laps. Farhan Racer pulls into the pits that unleashes Sparks and Gamer into 2nd and 3rd now, as Gamer was actually looking to pressure his teammate for quite a while there, but it looks like he is held off in that fight for 2nd place now. As let's see.
Louis and Cohen. Look at Louis and Cohen. Oh, Louis there, very aggressive to keep Cohen behind there. Probably not the best move, as he moved quite late into that, and now he's just completely guarding Cohen off that 8th place. I'm pretty sure Cohen will be a little bit frustrated from that. Hopefully he hasn't lost any wing from that. I don't think he has, but Cohen will be a little bit frustrated because that was a good opportunity for Cohen, but Louis did completely go in front of him there, just when Cohen was going to move a little bit late from Louis, I have to say. But Cohen started to struggle a little bit behind that dirty air for a long time. We move back towards the front between Sparks, Gamer and Danny. Danny has been in control with Farhan Racer from the start, really, and keeping these two at bay. The two Williams is both very quick drivers in their own right, but being shielded by Danny here. Danny still in the lead by 8/10, and the mediums still don't look done just yet for Danny. But look at Gamer. Gamer is closing on Sparks. He's going to play the team game. It looks like he is. He's not going to rush anything just as yet.
Still just got a little bit more than half the race to go, as my maths is correct here. Lap 14 will be the halfway point, as now Danny pulls into the pit lane to start for his one and only stop, and we only have one medium driver left out on track. It's actually Danny's teammate Nick, as now Sparks is almost going to be defenseless on the straights because Gamer's just been putting pressure onto the back of the Scotsman throughout the entirety of this battle. The Slipstream and DRS really did keep Sparks ahead of his teammate there. So do you think Gamer's going to try and overtake him on the straight?
I don't know. I know these Williams drivers, like these two, they're good friends, and I know that they're probably not going to risk everything, especially with Sparks leading the championship. But Gamer, as we do know, is fighting for a P3 spot in the league, so maybe Sparks is going to give him the win here tonight. Who knows? But Sparks is definitely someone who I know has never given up on positions as easy. Even if it is his teammate, he will fight till the death to keep his win and obviously keep the momentum flowing. But who knows here, as CRG Gamer is going to close in on Sparks here and actually gets a decent exit there. But is he going to close in enough, or is he just going to let Sparks keep his lead? It looks like the latter, but who knows? As he does close, he's not going to go for a move in just yet. No, he's not. He's going to just stick behind for a little bit, I feel. However, the thing is, though, you don't want to keep doing this, say if there is an opportunity for Gamer to overtake, because in some sense, Sparks could actually be holding him up. You've got to think Farhan Racer has already made a pit stop, and same with Danny as well. Danny's come out in a little bit of traffic, I believe. If you look at the gap between the leader and Farhan Racer, it's 20.3 seconds, and it is closing for Farhan Racer. So Farhan Racer in a very good position, with Danny a little bit behind by about a 10th here. So looking very, very interesting, I must say, here for these two, as they will be looking to have a good performance on these tyres as they wait for Sparks and Gamer to make their pit stops. Who's going to come in first is going to be an interesting one as well.
Of course, these two being teammates cannot pit on the same lap, otherwise the one who is behind the other, in this case Gamer, he will he will fall victim to the double stack. His team won't have the tyres ready, and it will just be a nightmare for him. So if he wants to pit before Sparks, he's gonna have to overtake him here, as he could get the better exit. We're gonna go on board with the Williams, loving the golden helmet there. I also run a golden helmet too, as now he's using up mode 3 of ERS, but he seems to lift off on the straights just a little bit to let his teammate get away slightly, and he's gonna maintain second position. Forbes is I don't know if that gap is closing or not, but it looks like he's got a solid lead over Kiski here. He's in third position right now, is Forbes. Granted, they've not made their pit stops, starting on the hard tyres. Interestingly, we've not had a virtual safety car or a safety car at all this Grand Prix, so it's been a pretty straightforward race, as we've only had one retirement, being M&T Marvin in his M&T debut in this league.
Ooh, and Danny, look at that, setting the pace with the fastest lap at the bottom there. Definitely looking to get past Ferran Racer, as he's actually closed right in to the German driver, who would probably be leading this race when Sparks and Gamer does come in. And maybe the reverse strategy at the moment doesn't look good, but who knows, afterwards maybe it could be a blessing in disguise for the two Williams drivers. Who knows, as Danny and Ferran Racer still keeping with each other. It's very, very close between these drivers. The McLaren driver, who actually was not leading the race when Danny came into the pits. Danny was leading before they both pitted, so actually Ferran Racer's made a jump there, and these two are probably going to be battling for the end for whatever position it will be in any significance. But the first Williams into the pits, I would probably expect in the next 2 or 3 laps, maybe even this lap. Forbes going strongly in third, by the way, as well, would be an interesting one. With no teammate thing to think about, he's actually got priority over himself as Kiski there, with a very late dive bomb move, and locking up at the exit there, but keeps his position as Gamer takes the lead. But that's as Sparks goes into pits. Look at this! Forbes and Kiski. That's not good for Forbes there. He kind of went late, but look at, they're going to battle into the pits here. And Forbes gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And in some sense, he deserves some sort of penalty, as he did push Kiski wide there as he tried to get the pits ahead of him. Maybe a little bit too ambitious and didn't really want to be behind him. But who knows, Sparks was the first person into the pits, and as I presumed and predicted, he does come out behind Danny and Ferran Racer by quite a bit as well. So these two are a good strategy right now, but still doesn't mean much. They've got a bit of traffic in Cohen ahead. Then Cohen is going to pit, and Cohen could be significantly slower than Van for 2 leaders. Who knows? We'll have to find out though. But look at Gamer, he's got a 19-second lead to them, and obviously that meant that Sparks roughly had the same. And Sparks is 1.5 seconds down on the front two. So Gamer is probably set to come out in 4th place behind Sparks, and obviously that depends on when Cohen comes in. So Cohen could actually be leading the race after all, despite being towards the back. But he'll only be leading, obviously, in a sense of, I guess, provisionally, because obviously he still has the pit as well.
Sorry, continue.
I was going to say, someone who's not had a great race though is Vasta Racer, but he is back at the pack, and he has actually got in for a good run on Louis. But I'm still with Ferran Racer, who does make the move down the inside of Cohen, as of course, like I said, Gamer in the pits now. Cohen probably going to do the same now, really. Just have to wait and see, and there we go. Cohen does come into the pits now. So where is Gamer going to come out? He's now in his stop, and it looks like he's coming out behind all 3 of them, and it's actually going to come out quite considerably far behind, as we see Vasta Racer closing in on 15th place. And where is Cohen going to come out is another good question, really. He's probably going to come out now between Massina and the 2 battling ahead, which is the McLaren of Kilcree and Saab. These 2 have also been in a battle before, I believe, earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it didn't lead to the best of friends sort of scenarios. However, this time it does go all right here as Saab going into back of killed me there as I say that, and a little bit of contact there. Hopefully no wing damage.
Was a bit naughty from Saab there, but it looks like they've kept it clean. I just want to comment on the leading, I guess you could say quad at the moment, but Gamer's gone purple through the second sector, and Sparks is right on the back of Danny here. So
I believe, hold on, I believe when he came out he was 1.7 seconds behind Danny, and now he's literally just about to overtake him as they defend very aggressively. There, Danny keeping in second place there. That was a bit aggressive there for Danny, but who said defending cannot be aggressive? Sparks will have to go again a little sooner, and will have to just be patient, as obviously Danny probably tried to defend in hence of himself finishing second, and obviously Ferran Racer as well up ahead. Saab gets 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits there. I mean, I'm not sure if that was the case, who knows.
Fastest lap coming out from Kiski, and as I was saying before, despite Ferran and Danny getting a massive undercut of about 4 laps on the Sparks and Gamer, the medium tyres at this point in their life are gonna be monumentally quicker than the hards. Honestly, probably about maybe about 3/4 of a second quicker. I'd want to say is Danny's running a little bit deep there, and he's definitely feeling the presence of CRG Sparks back behind him, as Gamer has now managed to make his way back into the DRS range of his teammates. So now we are back in this quadruple, I guess, of drivers.
Yeah, but Ferran Racer not bothering about who's behind him at the moment, because he knows he's quite far away. However, the positive thing for Danny is Danny gets his DRS like Sparks, so Sparks needs to work a little bit harder to get past Danny, and this is using his ERS up quite a bit. But look at Sparks down the inside. Oh, what's that bit aggressive there from Sparks? Needed to get by though. I cannot question his desperacy, because he needed to get the move done, but he hasn't got it done just yet. But he will go again on Danny down the inside soon. But is he going to close in enough to, I guess, rate that? Because Danny is probably going to hug the inside line here, and Sparks does have to back out again. So running out of time is the Williams driver in third place, as he looks to get by these two hard runners who are seeming to be becoming a bit of a nuisance for him. And perhaps maybe it might be a teammate switch here, and maybe your prediction with Gamer winning this race could be correct, as Sparks looking for another move there, just pulling out of it though, as he knows it's probably not appropriate to make a move just yet.
Well, they've got 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix, so we are coming to the end of the race. Sparks and Gamer really do have to get past Danny if they want to challenge Ferran for the lead of the Grand Prix, but it's almost as if Danny's acting as a rear gunner for Ferran here as they come into the second sector now. At the end of it, onto the straight. Could we see Sparks make a move on Danny into the hairpin once again, like he's tried to before? But Gamer looking to have a better run through the corner than his teammate here. He's right on the rear wing. You can see Orlen sponsored. It disappears as the DRS opens. Gamer's going to switch to the inside. He's had enough of playing the team game. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. He's not had enough of playing the team game, as Ferran Racer and Danny run very deep there, and they both go out wide, and Gamer's still letting his teammate go through, but it is almost evident that he's quicker out of the two Williams, as Forbes and Kiski running out very wide there. It looks to be like a bit of a Stowe situation where you can really extend that part of the track without warning, I guess. So, has Danny had some connection issues?
Danny's had a bit of a connection issue. I think you'll see him spike right back to the front or something here. Surely he hasn't just lagged out. There we go. Spiky right to the front. That is going to play a big nuisance in these two. And I think they've literally just pushed him out the way there for a desync there. So actually now Danny is stuck behind the two Williams boys now. And that is not good news for him. But look how does this benefit his Forbes, by the way, who has closed right in on the four leaders. This may actually turn into a 5 or even 6-man fight here. very, very soon. But Danny needs to keep up for that to happen. Who knows? Ferran Racer is now in a bit of trouble now. The two medium runners who will still have more grip than him through the corners will be closing.
Well, maybe my prediction of the podium is going to come true. If Forbes is going to catch up to this pack, he can insert himself. He's still got fresh medium tire. Well, I guess still technically fresh tires. He could come into the podium fight, but he does have that 5-second time penalty to worry about that he got from speeding in the pit, and he might also have a time penalty coming for his move on Kiski into the pit lane, where he almost put him in the wall, and that would have seen maybe him be in a lot of troubles. I think that an Alfa Romeo's gone off. I think, oh, it's Lonnie, and the virtual safety car is out.
Well, yeah, Ferran Racer stopped quite early there. Lonnie, oh dear, Lonnie's had more better races then, as it looks like, and he'll either come into the pits for new tyres, or he may even just retire.
Lonnie was running pretty well, but he's just made simple errors from other drivers getting involved in incidences. He's been caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and now he is the second retirement. This is the first virtual safety car we've seen in this Grand Prix. We're almost getting to the point where the safety car won't come out anymore, so if they're going to have a safety car, they're going to have one in the next couple of laps. But Forbes could maybe use this to his advantage, save up a bit of tyre life in him, save a bit of ERS, and push to catch up to 4th place Danny right now, as we await the safety car.
Possible ones there.
Oh, Sparks has a drive-through penalty.
Oh no, it's done that thing again. It does it. So basically, I think Ferran Racer is sped under the safety car, under the virtual safety car, hence his gap. But I think Sparks may have done the same. But if you are the lobby host, you seem to be the only one that gets a drive-through for it. So Ferran Racer got away with that, and maybe others did as well, and Sparks has had to pay the price. So honestly, I don't think you can really get rid of a penalty for that. However, you will have to. There probably will be stewards looks into Ferran Racer's restart there and see what he was on, and they'll probably ask for footage for some drivers who may seem suspicious. But look at Forbes right now in a fight with Danny, as they are locked side by side. Danny's got a little bit of wing damage though here. That's not going to help him out. In fact, look at Kiski now, who's going for a move at Danny. Kiski and Forbes have been battling all day long, and that's going to even continue right to the end of this race, as it looks like. With 6 laps remaining, only 4 tenths between them, Danny is falling down the field, and falling down the field fast.
Just to comment on what happened with Sparks, I think hopefully they'll see this, but I think the commentator should host the session, and then we just don't worry about the safety car glitch anymore, because it's so unfair for Sparks that everyone else can speed up and get such a big gap on him, and then he has to lose out to that. So I propose that the commentator takes the role of lobby host, and then we don't worry about the rulers now, looking up to the leaders. This is for the battle of the lead. Gamer's gonna go the long way round, running deeper into the corner. Ferran Racer pushes him off just a little bit. Good defense there from him though, as 10 lap old hards and 5 lap old mediums should be around about the same pace right now, as now Ferran Racer's gonna have a bit. Oh, Danny's out the race.
Yeah, Danny's, I think, smart.
And the safety car is out.
Safety car, that's
yes,
gonna be massive. Oh, Ferran's round. Ferran Racer's round. Oh, Forbes is going to get away with it. Oh, and that's caught out Kiski there. Oh, and Ferran Racer did enter quite dangerously there.
Yeah.
Ferran Racer's going to be absolutely fuming there. I don't know what happened with him and Gamer, but if a certain scenario is and everything. Oh, he's been hit off by Forbes there as well, Ferran Racer, and Forbes gets a 5-second penalty for that. Oh my words, bit depression from everyone at this point. But Ferran Racer dumped down to 3rd place. He's got a bit of wind damage there as well, so
he'd have to pit and fit a new wing if he wants to stay competitive. A lot of drivers are actually coming in for a set of softs to go right to the end. So that's why I did exclaim yes, because we're going to have a fully fledged standoff for the lead between now Forbes and Gamer. As I'd hope they'd come into the pits, but maybe Sparks didn't come into the pits. Either he was past the pit line, which is just another show of his bad luck, or he was or he's just decided to stay out. But I wouldn't see why anyone would want to do that. It could also bring Vasta back into this. He's had a really quiet race, but he could have a good restart and really challenge for a high amount of points. That'd be a great comeback from him, as it's been a bit of a trademark for Sparks to have a bad start and then come back to win the race. But looks like Vasta is the one to be doing that today. Could he have a better comeback, Sam, today, Sam?
Yeah, I guess he could. I don't know, but I'm just saying right now, this has not helped one person out, and that is Forbes. We're seeing Forbes have now got like 10 seconds worth of penalties now. Whether they'll get removed or not, I don't know. But like at the end of the day, it's so unfortunate for Forbes, because he was on for a good result, and because of the penalties, he's going to get dropped down probably a lot because of the safety car. Sparks does enter the pits, but look at Messina right now, and Kiski, and of course CRG Gamer, who have all decided to stay out. And whether these guys will pit, I doubt they will, because what's the point of pitting now when you're probably going to be right at the back of the grid? So it's going to be interesting to see. But one person, look at that for Nick right now. This is a big driver today performance now for Nick at the moment, by the way. I'm just going to say that now. He's moved up, he moved up 9 positions. I say that, but look at Messina, up 14 positions now. So what a race those two have had from near the back of the grid, as they could be now battling for what could be the final podium position. And who knows, maybe we could see VRT Nick, or Nathan, or Theron Racer, or even Forbes, but Forbes obviously with the penalties probably wouldn't. We could see any of them win, and I'm just going to look at penalties right now. I'm going to be a big spoiler. I hope it doesn't spoil it too much. Nick does have a penalty though, which is not good. Messina only has 1 warning. Kiski has, he's probably one away from a penalty, and Gamer has a 5-second time penalty for hitting Theron Racer, I'm assuming. So that is going to be crucial towards the end. So Kiski, Messina, both in a huge running now for the lead of this race now. And who knows, it could be basically a last to first here for Messina, who is in 3rd place. And what a dream win this will be for the Toro Rosso driver.
One thing I do want to point out, do you think maybe Forbes served his penalty, one of them at least, when he came into the pits? Maybe the one for speeding. So that could save him there. But the safety car's going to stay out for 1 more lap. I'd think that maybe the only reason the top 3 stayed out on the mediums is they've deemed their tyres to maybe still be fit, and track position at this point in the race could be everything. Maybe pitting wouldn't be the best option, because those guys are behind, well, the guys who were fighting for the lead are now behind Nick, Nathan and Farron. Or Farron had his own incident, but he's still come out ahead of Forbes, so that actually leads me to believe that Forbes did serve his 5 seconds there. As the field has been stacked up, so I'd like to think that at the end of this lap, with 3 to go in the Grand Prix, the safety car will pull in. I've actually just gone into someone's bio there, whoops, that was not good, as Gamer leads the way from the Alfa Romeo of Kiski. Rakin Mazid. Oh, Gamer spun!
Oh, how has he lost it there? I was not looking up, and I just hear the screeching under the tyres as I was on board of him, and I just see him go around. The Gamer had no warnings or anything. Oh my words, that is... I was not expecting that, and Gamer has probably, like, he's probably bottled his win there now. So... I'm kind of speechless about that, because Gamer's had pretty much the perfect race, and I guess fortunate, but you know,
Oh, that's such a shame, but now the safety car is coming in. The top 7, all filled with drivers who have not won a race this season. Of course, only 3 different race winners. Could we see another, as now the safety car is coming in? It is up to Kiski to control the start, and he's weaving along the straight, trying to get the extra heat into his 9-lap old medium tyres. He does like to keep on the same set of tyres. In Germany, of course, he stayed out throughout the entirety of the wet period, and he did lose a lot of time though, but he stayed out on his hards. As now around the hairpin, the safety car is in the pits, so I think he's going now, as now he goes full throttle into the final corner. Looks like there's a bit of drama going on behind, as Sparks has moved up 2 positions already. And Forbes has taken another 5-second time penalty, as Sparks has had a great start into 6th position. Look at this drama going on behind, as Vasta Racers going up the inside into turn 1 of MNT Frederick. He's got the inside line into turn number 2 now. He moves up into 8th position. The comeback really is on for him. Now he's got VRT Forbes, who has taken another 5-second time penalty for colliding with another driver. Just up ahead of him, so Forbes really has not had a good day in terms of penalties, as I think Nick is fighting with Mazina at the front. Mazina on old mediums at this point. They would be about the point where you'd have to pit onto another set of tyres, as now Gamer's just put it in the barrier, and he's given up today, and that's heartbreaking to see. Who do you think is in the best opportunity to win this race, Sam?
I think I've got to say Kiski, but actually Messina, incredibly, he is probably in the best position now, because I mentioned the race director. I think Kiski's got a penalty. In fact, no, he hasn't, but these two are now probably going to be battling right to the end now, because I know Nick's got a penalty. I don't know about Nathan though. Neither do I know really about Ferran Racer. As we look behind here, look at that. Nathan defending from Sparks there. Sorry, Ferran Racer defending from Sparks. So Sparks trying to dive down the inside. Wait, I've got completely mixed up. Nathan was defending from Ferran Racer, but Ferran Racer kept his position. Oh, I've got absolutely confused as Nick moves into 2nd place. And if he does dispatch of Kiski and gets a good run, Nick is still in contention for this race win, by the way. Although he would need to get a gap of 3 seconds clear if he were to win this race, which obviously looks very unlikely now.
I think Louis spun.
Oh, there's a big incident there, and there's 2 MNT drivers, by the way. That is a big surprise. I must say, no MNT driver puns or jokes intended right there. Anyway, Nick 4 tenths behind Kiski, as he looks to potentially take what should be, I guess, the win originally. However, the official win probably won't go to him. I don't know about Ferran Racer though. Where is he, by the way, in terms of penalties? No penalties for Mr. Ferran Racer either. So your top 3 currently would be Messina, Ferran Racer, and Kiski winning this race, which was very good. Kiski obviously winning the first race of the season for him, and round 7 of this championship. And look at Nick round the outside, going quite late, moving the car over to the outside, trying to maximise his exit on Kiski. Is he going to do it again? Oh, Kiski parking the car there. Nick has got a good run on him though.